The Clockmaker's secret. Camera pans over a dimly lit workshop filled with ticking clocks of all shapes and sizes. A mysterious voice narrates. Closing parenthesis. In a small town hidden in the mountains, there lived an old clockmaker named Mr. Greaves. His clocks were famous for their perfection. But no one knew the truth about his creations. Close-up of the clockmaker's wrinkled hands working on a beautiful antique clock. The camera shifts to show his face, deep in concentration. Mr. Greaves rarely spoke to anyone, except his apprentice, Lily, a curious 17-year-old who had just started learning the craft. She always felt there was something odd about his clocks. They didn't just measure time, they seemed to hold it. One day, while cleaning the workshop, Lily stumbles upon a strange clock covered in dust. Unlike the others, it had no numbers, just swirling patterns and a golden pendulum. When she touches it, the clock ticks once. And the entire room freezes in place. Closing parenthesis. What just happened? Lily whispers, staring at the motionless pendulum. Later, she confronts Mr. Greaves. His calm demeanor cracks for the first time. Closing parenthesis. You shouldn't have touched that, he warns, his voice trembling. That clock doesn't count time. It controls it. Mr. Greaves reveals the truth. Years ago, he discovered a way to trap moments of time inside his clocks. But the cost was immense. It drained the life force of whoever used them. The swirling clock was his masterpiece, capable of stopping, rewinding, or even erasing time itself. Lily, fascinated and terrified, tries to resist temptation. But when her best friend gets into a terrible accident, she sneaks into the workshop late at night to use the clock. Closing parenthesis. As she turns the golden pendulum, time rewinds. She saves her friend, but something is wrong. When she returns to the workshop, Mr. Greaves is gone. In his place stands a younger man, no older than 20, who looks exactly like the old clockmaker. "You've set me free," he says, smiling. "But every choice has a consequence." Lily looks at her reflection in the swirling clock. Her hair has turned gray, and her hands are wrinkled. Time has been taken from her. The young Mr. Greaves picks up the swirling clock and vanishes into thin air, leaving Lily in the workshop, now the new keeper of time. Closing parenthesis. Some secrets should never be uncovered. Especially when they're ticking. Fade to black, with the sound of a clock ticking ominously. Closing parenthesis.